in Orchard Park. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded at the 2. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Great coverage there. Holds them to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We call that a sack flip.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ryan Kerrigan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Jackson in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
Back him up, back him up.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Dorsett on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, If you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On the draw, this is Love. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there, 1st down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Going to give it to Love. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And the grab by Kroft. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Allen off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. AP still got it. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they don't.
Cordero Patterson, the 40, 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
From the 36, Allen. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go. Secure. 59. Mike's at 59. Here we go, D.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he finds Beasley, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Play action. Now Jackson.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Jackson will throw again. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And able to find John Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He hits Beasley right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw again is Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Jackson. It's caught left side by John Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. And he's the Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's now 3rd down. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. We got 4. That's it. We got 4. Ready, go. 59.
Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. Allen out to the left here to Reed. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job with him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Jordan Reed has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18. On 1st down, here's Love. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college, don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often. Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
Allen now looks to throw. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
And got his man complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play here for Buffalo. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Hauschka's kick is good, and they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. From the 29, Allen, and the ball comes out. Love lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. Jackson now. Forced out to his left. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. From the gun, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Kroft. His second touchdown on the season as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass. Tyler Kroft. Touchdown Bills. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, Peterson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To the shotgun snap to Allen. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run again with Peterson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Hopkins' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So the Bills now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile. He's going to let it fly, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just 1 more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brashad Perriman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Looking to erase a two-score deficit here in fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Now Jackson. And that's complete to Croft. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Jackson to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because were your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Washington, the win gets them back over 500